if the Republicans do grow spines as they transition into their positions in Washington, how do you think it'll affect the 2016 elections if they do start cutting back and people perceive that as austerity measures?
It's going to be extremely dependent on what those cutbacks are. I do say this. If they begin to cut back and reduce the size of government, now those on the left are going to be hollering that that's what they did in Europe and look what happened. Now, I'm hoping that more people like myself will be continuing to educate the American people saying, wait a minute, it's a totally different government and a totally different economy. But here's what's going to happen. If they decide to cut back on the size of government and start pulling in the reins a little bit, I think that the positive effect is going to be quick. It's going to be immediate. I think we'll see it immediately. I think it will be well in place by 2016, and I think it's going to have a positive effect. Now, there are going to be some Republicans that are going to argue, well, we shouldn't be doing this or cutting back, because after all, even if we do, it's going to take 3 years for it to have any real positive effect on the economy. Well, they would say that because they're totally incompetent when it comes to the economy. And I would expect them to say that because it's an easy way out for not doing it. But the fact of the matter is they're right and they're very, very wrong. Will it take 2-3 years for some of these cuts to really impact the economy in a positive way? Yes, it will. But what they miss in all of this are the consequences that should be intentional, that it's going to immediately boost confidence in the corporate sector. And when that happens, there's going to be an immediate positive effect. So even though the reality of the positive effect isn't going to happen for a couple of years, there will be a positive effect immediately. And that's why I hope they do it. And I think that will help the Republicans in 2016.